everyone. So this is going to be, I think, the hurricane special. I was unsure if this was going to be happening, but it looks like it's going to be. Yeah. So here we are. I thought I'd start it. We've just come back from Disney Springs. We found out there that everything is closing for the next few days. The airport's closing, parks are closing, Springs is closing. Everything. We've just been to reception to try and figure out what the hell we're going to do. Not the most helpful, I'm not gonna lie, but we're gonna try again later, I think. Everyone's in the same situation, so there's not a lot we can do really. We're just currently tidying up the room a little bit because it's a state. We've been to the shop, bought some provisions.
Whose fault is that?
No, I would like to just point out it's my fault. The room was a mess. I cause chaos everywhere I go.
Not wrong.
But I'm going to show you quickly the provisions we've just been and bought because we're not really sure yet what's going to be open and what's not, so we've stocked up just in case. So we have some drinks, some snacks,
There's also stuff in there.
some water, we've got some stuff in the fridge just in case, we've got some biscuits. I mean, we have no like meal stuff. That cupboard door is so annoying. We have no meal stuff because we don't really have anything to cook it in. Our Keurig is also broken, which is a bit of a pain. But you know, is what it is. Weather update right now, it's currently Tuesday. It's just been very grey, to be honest. Nothing's really happened yet. It's raining currently, but it just looks like any other day in Orlando, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put this camera on charge because I obviously hadn't planned on really doing this. So I'm gonna put that camera on charge, let it charge for a bit, tidy up, might go get some dinner. And yeah, I think that's it now. We're pretty much in the resort until we go, but it's okay, I'm fine. How are we all feeling?
Save the day. I have some sandalwood incense.
Just to calm us all down.
So that we can all be chill.
Do you know what, I like that. I bought the wax melts, I don't have anything to burn them with, but...
I think I need all 200.
I need all 200.
It's a shock.
Anyway, we are going to go get some food, etc. and I'll catch up with you later when Drew's not dying. Hello, good morning. I look rough. I've not showered. It is day one officially of hurricane. This morning we got up kind of late, went and had breakfast. There was a very large queue for the quick service, wasn't there? Very large queue for the quick service, but do you know what? We were just saying you can't fault the cast here, like they've all been in so good. There was a long queue, but it was very well organised.
Yeah.
We got some breakfast and we picked up some like hurricane food boxes, like some lunchbox type things. So I'll show you what we got. First up, some crisps. Got some water. We bought 2 each because at the moment it's predicted that if there's like any sort of shutdown, it will be between 3 PM today to 6 PM tomorrow. Yeah, so we've got 2 boxes, like 2 lunch boxes. Are you alright? And then we also then got a cookie in the box, an orange that I'm not sure how we're going to eat, and then obviously like a sandwich as well, which is very helpful, then some like mayonnaise, etc. Yeah. So we got 2 of those each.
And the water.
Yeah, I said that already. Okay. We've been for breakfast, we just come back to drop all this off. We're not under like lockdown yet, so we're gonna head back out. It's not too bad at the minute. We're gonna probably attempt the lunch queue at some point in the next couple of hours. We're gonna wander around the resort because we can. I'll show you the weather update currently. It's looking like this at the moment. Just again, same as last night really, rainy and a bit windy, but not too bad. We've already scouted out. I can hear you eating that.
My apple's very weird.
Warm. We've already scouted out some trees that definitely won't be there tomorrow morning. Some of them look a bit flimsy. But yeah, at the moment nothing too crazy is happening.
One that I don't think is going to make it. See that one right there?
Which one?
The one right in front of us.
Oh yeah, that's going down.
Let's see.
Let's see. So this is the view out of the window currently.
This one.
And we can do an update again tomorrow to see how different it looks.
Yeah.
But that one there.
Send weatherman Drew out there. It's a bit windy.
Yeah, that one there won't be there tomorrow. I can. A bit concerned about those cars though, if it does go, because it's leaning that way, and there's cars there. They should probably move those. Oh well.
Insurance.
We'll soon find out what's going to happen. But yeah, this is Wednesday morning. Welcome to Hurricane Updates. Currently laughing at how absolutely chaotic this fountain is and why they haven't turned it off yet. Yeah. Hi. Right, so this is the quick service queue currently. It's going all the way around the back of the quick service and all the way down into the convention centre. We queued for about here earlier and it was about half an hour. But yeah, that's how far that line goes. So this is where the line ends. Holy shit. The line ends sort of like a third of the way down the convention centre. So, good. We'll keep you posted and let you know how long it takes us to get through to the quick service.
It's 1:30.
Yeah, it's 1:30 now. Okay. Everyone, it's now much later. It's... Why can't I read the time all of a sudden? 4:10 I thought I'd give you a quick update. We've just been down back into the main building for some lunch. That queue, I think the last thing I filmed was at the start of that queue. We were in it for how long? An hour and 15 minutes in total, so it was quite a long time. But it was fine. We got some pizza and then I picked up a breakfast box as well, which I'll show you in a second. Thought I'd give you a quick Hurricane Ian update. It's made landfall now?
Yeah.
Somewhere off the coast of Florida.
It's like an island off the coast of Florida.
Yeah, so it's like officially made landfall now. Here it's just raining. It's quite windy, but it's not like...
It's like at home
I've seen weather like this here before.
Yeah.
And it's not like we've been out in it, so it's fine.
It's like a regular storm.
So it's giving regular storm vibes. I'll show you anyway. This tree is still holding on.
I'm surprised.
It looks more stable than it was earlier.
Yeah, it does.
But I do think if it is going to get as windy as they're saying it's going to get, that tree's going. But yeah, I don't know if you can really just... I don't think you can really tell on camera, to be honest. It's just raining kind of heavily and is quite windy at the moment, but yeah. We'll obviously update you as the day goes on because so it was predicted originally to be about 4 o'clock, wasn't it?
Between 4 and 8.
Between 4 and 8, so...
But then, I don't know if that was for landfall or if that was for here.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I can't remember.
It's been a bit confusing. I feel like no news source really knows what's happening, so it's just been kind of... Yeah. Yeah, I'll put it on in a second. I thought I'd give you a quick haul of what's in the breakfast hurricane box. I feel like these things are quite useful to know, like if you're coming to Disney in September, this is what you can expect if there's a hurricane. They are very well prepared about this. I think I've already mentioned it, but the cast have been genuinely incredible so far. So here's what's in the little breakfast thing. So we've got some Frosties, which I'm very happy about because I love Frosties. Some orange juice, which I'll probably put in the fridge, to be honest. An apple, which again we'll probably put in the fridge. Probably will actually eat that. Some milk for the cereal, which will need to go in the fridge. And then this is a bagel in here. And then they've got like jam and butter. Oh, it's not whipped butter, it's Philadelphia.
It's cream cheese, yeah.
So, yeah. That's what's in there. I feel like we've been quite successful with these little boxes. How are you feeling now?
Not too bad.
Just waiting.
Yeah, it's, I don't know.
We were saying it's weird.
Do you know what it feels like?
Go on.
You know when you're waiting for exam results? That's what it feels like. It's bizarre.
Yeah. Housekeeping have just bought us a flashlight in case we need it. Lovely, just in case. We've also got the Weather Channel on for a little bit because it's just interesting to see like American news.
American news is chaos.
Oh, it's so chaotic.
What?
The way you just walked. Anyway, yeah, it's significantly getting a little bit worse now.
Yeah.
Like, it's raining a lot more than it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still fine for now. Okay, hurricane update. We've played a few rounds of Uno.
Descended into chaos.
No.
Turn the lights off.
Chaos has begun.
Oh, damn.
I don't need lights.
With the chain out there.
What's
How green it is. Wow.
the eerie sky in the background really makes this.
It's not. That's the building.
Oh.
I'm also a cast member. This way, please. This way, please. I wrote my name in there. D. I'm doing it the wrong way. D. R. E. W. Oh. Go with the beat. There's no need for documentation right now. Open your mouth.
Hello everyone. So as you can tell, I am obviously back home. I did not end up filming anything else really in this vlog. I don't really know the reason why. I can't remember why I decided to stop vlogging. I think the main reason was obviously where we were in Orlando. Very thankfully, the hurricane really wasn't too bad for us at all. I'll talk a bit more about our experience in a little bit, but I felt a little bit weird because obviously we started seeing a lot of stuff on the news about people that had been impacted quite badly, and when I realised that, you know, we really weren't getting it half as bad as places like Sanibel and other areas in Orlando, I kind of felt a little bit weird carrying on vlogging and filming our experience when you know, we didn't have it as bad as other people. However, I am aware that this vlog probably could potentially be quite useful for people who are planning a trip to Orlando during hurricane season. Now obviously it's worth pointing out, when we booked this trip we were very aware that it's hurricane season in September. We were very aware that there is likelihood of a hurricane in September. Obviously we didn't ever expect there to be one, but we knew that the likelihood is there could be. The weather would definitely be worse than it usually would be, because it is that season. We booked it because it was a lot cheaper to go in September, truthfully, and also a lot quieter. So honestly, having the hurricane was not something that was completely random and unexpected. We kind of did prepare for it a little bit, so yeah, we can't be too mad about it at all. And I would like to say that our experience was so positive, and all of the cast members worked so hard, both in our resort, across the parks, everything, like guest relations was so helpful and kind, and basically just went above and beyond. I don't think those cast members needed to work as hard as they did, but they did it anyway, and I think that's worth mentioning. I think I mentioned in the vlog that a cast member had been like unhelpful or something, and I felt, watching that back, I was annoyed at myself because I kind of thought, well, no, they weren't unhelpful, they just didn't know what was going on at that moment in time, and neither did anyone else. So what did we expect? Also, I'm losing my voice. I think I'm getting ill, so sorry if I sound funny. But yeah, honestly, I could not thank or fault the cast and crew because they were so helpful. In Disney, for those of you who don't know, they do this thing called ride out crews, where essentially cast members are paid to stay in the resorts and basically work ridiculously long hours to ensure that guests are completely fine throughout the whole hurricane or inclement weather or any sort of like situation where we would be needed to be locked into our hotels kind of thing. So yeah, that was incredible to see. Like, we spoke to a cast member, we went to the Ritz Sports Bar on our final night, just because we didn't really want to queue for the quick service again. We were a bit bored of quick service food, so we waited for Ritz Sports Bar, which was a very long queue. And I will say this, if you are having to like ride out a couple of days in your hotel, in your resort for any reason, and everyone is there, expect there to be queues. There were so many guests who were getting so frustrated at the fact that there were long queues everywhere they went, they couldn't get a table, all of these things. The resort is full. Like, what do you expect to happen? Every single guest is in that resort. No one's in a park, no one's in Springs, no one's elsewhere. Everyone is in that resort. The resorts are not designed to have every single guest trying to eat at the same time. And do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the queues, we queued for an hour and 15 minutes for the quick service, but we didn't once get annoyed about it because we just knew to expect it. It was going to be busier than usual. I think we queued for about 2 hours to go to Ritz Sports Bar, and even the cast members were saying to us, like, you guys should really just give up. We don't know if we're going to have a table for you. And we were like, do you know what? We have nothing better to do. We're just going to ride this out. and stay in this queue because it's better than sitting in our room right now. So yeah, it's one of those things where you sort of just have to see the positive from it. We went to Ritz Sports Bar, like I say, on the last night, and the cast member was telling us how she had been working there for the whole like 24 hours. She hadn't stopped. She'd had like a bit of a break, but she hadn't really stopped at all, and honestly that blew my mind. But they were all still so lovely and so helpful, and I cannot fault them enough. But yeah, in terms of hurricanes, what you can expect if you're visiting during a hurricane, or you get caught up in any sort of inclement weather, like natural disaster situation. Obviously it's not ideal, but you are in a very safe place in Disney, and I was very anxious the first day because obviously I didn't know what to expect. I'm a Brit, I've never been in a hurricane before, but it was completely fine. I think the worst of the storm for us was around 2 AM. I woke up and I could hear like the leaves and stuff hitting the window, and that was a little bit scary, but to be honest, like it really wasn't as bad as other places, and we pretty much slept through it. So that's kind of why I stopped filming, because by the time we got up the next day, the weather was basically back to normal. It was cold, it was really weird. I was wearing a jumper and leggings in Orlando, like crazy. It was like 15 degrees, I think. It was still raining a little bit on and off throughout the day, but the wind had pretty much died down. It was just cold, which was kind of strange. The park didn't reopen until the day we left, so we didn't actually do anything else after this. We literally just got to go home, and thankfully our flight did not get impacted at all. We were able to go to the airport. Our flight was actually one of the first ones to leave Orlando International when it reopened, so we were very, very, very lucky. But yeah, overall our hurricane experience was actually really positive, and it was definitely an experience. Like, I'm looking back now and thinking like, it's kind of cool that I got to be in a hurricane. Like, it is a little bit cool. On our final day as well, we actually headed down to reception to find out what was going to happen with the park tickets that we sadly didn't get to use. Obviously it's not the cast members' fault, not our fault, not anyone's fault really, apart from, you know, the weather. But we did want to find out what we could do in terms of keeping the tickets for future use or getting them refunded. And we were just sort of saying like, you know, we appreciate you're busy right now. This doesn't have to be resolved straight away, but if we could find out how we do this when we get home, that would be great. And the very lovely cast member who helped us told us we had 3 days left to use or refund, whatever we wanted to do. So we thought, let's not make a decision right now. We got home and we actually discovered that Disney have very kindly given us an entire week's worth of tickets. I'm not sure if it's because we're international and we're more likely to come back and use the tickets if we have more than 3 days, or if that's just what they do for everyone. I don't know, honestly. If anyone else has ever had this experience, let me know. So all I'm going to say is watch this space, because Orlando Part 2 may or may not be pending. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in terms of the hurricane. In terms of like the period of time we were locked down for, it was 4 PM or like 5 PM until like 2 PM the next day. But even then we were allowed to go and like walk around the resort and stuff, so we weren't super locked down for like a crazy amount of time or anything. And you know, we kept ourselves entertained, we had games, we watched TV, we watched the Weather Channel a lot because it is chaos. The US Weather Channel is nuts, like genuinely nuts. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this vlog here because I think I've covered everything that I needed to. If you guys do have any further questions about being in Orlando in a hurricane, then do let me know in the comments and I will gladly talk about it. But yeah, this is actually it now for the end of this series. Thank you all so much for watching. If you've watched every single vlog, if you're new, thank you for coming on this little trip with us. Hopefully you'll get to do it again very, very soon. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, I will see you all again very soon with another video. Goodbye.